sharing other best practices also, but I'll be dealing with internship program most of the time. The reason is that many colleges and universities they say that they have an internship program, but they don't know how to conduct the internship program in a systematic way. See, in my previous tenures, when I conducted the internship, I worked in which where 85% of my students used to get placed in the company wherever they have interned. So, in order to make it, like many colleges, they say that we have internship. In Andhra Pradesh, the government, what they have done is that they made a one full sense internship mandatory for all engineering this thing. But none of them were aware that how to conduct it. Simply, the students used to roam around the roads in Andhra, like without knowing what to do. Even many colleges doesn't know how to conduct a systematic internship program. Bitspirani's backbone is their internship program. They are known because of their internship program. Like many industrial consultancy, many placements, many university industry linkages, you can call it like they stand number one in the country. Now, since I worked there for more than a decade and I am associated with them 98, especially this internship and placement program, I would like to share in detail how to implement these best practices of how to conduct internship program so that the most problematic part of our education system, the placement, is solved out. See, these are all the different things that we have few of our best practices that I am going to share it with you in detail. Now, as I told you, how to introduce a structured and institutionalized, I'm telling structured and institutionalized program. See, in many universities, what they do is that, like they ask the student to find company and they go ask them to find it and do the internship program. At the end of the day, they come with a certificate. Based on the weight and volume of the report, some grade is assigned to the student. That happens even in primary institutions. Now, the way of doing an internship program is totally different. If you wanted to reap the complete benefits of it, it should be done in a totally different way. How to do it? See, internship links theory learned in classroom with practice in industry. How internship benefits? See, it benefits all stakeholders, students, institution, faculty member, industry, society as a whole. So it benefits everyone. Now, if I take the students, I'm talking about one full semester internship program, my dear friends. The reason is that unless they work for one full semester, you can't realize the benefits. Some institutes may offer 4-week internship program, 6-week internship program. That even industry is not encouraging. The reason is that by the time the student understands the industry, the program is over. So if you conduct one full semester internship program, say for example, especially I recommend it in the final year, either of the 7th or 8th semester, if they do it, you are linking the student with the future potential employer. You are linking the student with the future potential employer. When I was working in BITS Dubai, I used to tell the company people that if you come for campus placement interview, hardly you find 10-15 minutes time per student to judge him. But if you take my student in the internship program, you have one full semester time. You can test him 360 degrees for 6 months. And you can take the best students about that. And for students, I used to say that if you can't prove yourself in 6 months, you can't prove it. Never in lifetime you can't prove it. So in that way, I used to market it both sides. And my students used to get placed in the company wherever they have worked. So that is the way I used to market them. The major benefit the student is going to get is that the link with the future potential employer, and then get an opportunity to apply the theory learned in the classroom in the industry. And I just come how the students are going to be benefited. An institution, go for any accreditation. What is your university industry linkage? That is the question that we need to answer. So having rapport with them, if you start with internship program will be the first step. But it can lead to many benefits. I'll come down the line. If I conducted, when I worked in PS University during my last 10 years as a pro-vice chancellor at Bangalore, I worked for 1 year and 2 months there. And I started in June and I ended in February because Corona pandemic has started. Within that time, I could be able to mobilize 15 companies were ready to invest in the institute. 15 companies were ready to invest in the institute to start their laboratories. So this is the way you can benefit. You can bridge the gap between university and industry, and the reputation of the institution will go high. And it benefits faculty member. I am talking about an internship model which involves the faculty member, not keeping faculty member outside. Just sending the students is not the thing. Faculty will be used and they are involved in the internship program for monitoring and also for project execution. So it benefits the faculty member. They also get their skills enhanced. They get into the practical knowledge of what is going on in the industry. We talk about Industry 4.0, and most of the faculty members, they are not aware what is happening in Industry 4.0. But if you permit them to get into the industry work, in the environment, definitely they come equipped and their teaching potential will increase and it benefits the industry. Because I used to say free manpower. So they get the benefit and society as a whole. So this is one such a typical question paper that I have taken in when I was working in BITS in the manufacturing subject what I taught. See, in the internship reports what they submit, I used to make the students to present it before me. I used to understand, and then I used to make a caselet out of it, and then I used to teach it inside the classroom and ask it in the evaluation component. So the quality of teaching is improving. Suppose if I call some 10-15 students and prepare 10-15 caselets, that improves my quality of teaching. Students will be, see, when the student join an organization, most of the things, like if I say, with the help of a neat sketch explain, derive an expression for, write short notes on, these are the type of questions that we are going to ask, and that is never going to be asked in the placement. And if your students are working on live problems like this, and if you teach this type of live problems inside the classroom, chances that the students are going to get placed will be very high. That means your Bloom's taxonomy level, if you talk, straight away you are jumping for level 4 or level 5. So that is the beauty if you implement the full semester internship program and take it inside the classroom. See, what somebody has worked outside the industry, then I am taking it inside the classroom. My quality of teaching has improved. So I have got at least 100 caselets of that kind. So that improves my quality of teaching. So here, 81% of my students used to get placed in one of the year in the companies wherever they have interned. Only 19% outside. And also I tell you, for the internship program, when I used to go for them seeking for an internship program, I used to ask them, sir, what you're seeing is only a sample. Come to me, I have got a big gold on in my college. So the companies which were there for internship, I used to convert them to placement. Companies who used to come for placement, I used to convert them for internship. So like that way, university industry linkage has improved, and most of my placement problem got solved. Most of my placement problem got solved. As I'm showing you the pie chart here, 81% of my students get placed in the companies wherever they have interned. So most of my placement problems got solved there itself. So there was a big buzz that if you join BITS Dubai, you get a placement and you can settle in Dubai. So that's the way I increased the reputation. See here, in the 2004, the year where we started the first placement batch, our intake was only 58. And the number of job offers made was 45. And in 2005, just in 1 year, it increased to 103, more than double. This happened only because of the internship program. Because there is when the student, I talk about a monitored internship program, not just sending a student. I'll come to that next. See, I conducted an 8-week internship program in Presidency University, Bangalore, when I was a Vice Chancellor. See the words from the university industry. For a second-year student who spent just 8 weeks there, the company Times Business is telling that we would like to hire them after they complete their degree. And Flexitron says that young students will be surely a great assets to the organization. That many of the companies, they say that after these students they complete their degree, we would like to hire them. Many companies have told me, even for an 8-week internship program, that means if you do it as an institutionalized program through an institute, the way it should be conducted, you can reap these benefits. These benefits can be realized only if internship program is conducted effectively, not by just offering the program. Now, how to do it? It should be a part of the academic structure. Don't bother about the entire thing which is on the screen, just see the red part of it. Here I introduced internship program 1, internship program 2, this is all 8 weeks, and here it's a full semester internship program. Full semester internship program. That means student will be in the company, and companies are identified by the university. We depute faculty. BITS Pinani operates throughout the world. Throughout the world it operates. To start with, you can start with nearby places, and then you can expand it. And you can have to start centers. In the industrial hubs like Bangalore, Bombay, and all these places, you need to start hubs. and then expand the program. So here, one full semester they are going to spend, and it should be a part of the academic structure, not just like otherwise. Here in internship program at Bahra University, we offer them 20 credits. If you, because like many universities, they offer internship program and award 10 credits. Because when they are working for one full semester, give one full semester credit for that. So 20 credits we are giving it for them. See, it must be a credited one, not audited program. It one full semester credits. And you need to define the academic regulations. Just treat internship like any other course on the campus. So you need to define academic regulations. Say for example, any student who is involved in discipline programs will not be sent. And student with backlogs will not be sent. So like that, you need to define the academic regulations. There are different, because of the want of time, I'm not going for that hyperlink where I define the academic regulations for my university. And if anybody who is interested, I can share all these points with you. It must be an institutionalized program and separate division, just like you have a placement division, academic division to take care of academic matters and placement matters. There should be a separate team working exclusively for internship program. Then only it will be successful. Otherwise, if you want, you can combine internship with placement team. That's a good strategy to combine that. And it should be operated like classroom shifted to industry. That's what we say. It should be classroom shifted to industry. Just like not that. I'll come in the next slide that we need to conduct evaluation components also there. And preparation of student profile. See, I was meeting a company in Bangalore. They said that, this is which discipline student you want, I asked. They said, this is a problem. Anybody who solves this problem is good for me. Anybody who solves this mechanical, electrical, I'm not for it. This is the problem. And this is an era of interdisciplinary approach where gone are the days of when I graduated as a mechanical engineer, I studied only mechanical courses. But this is not the era today now. A mechanical student should know about electrical, electronics, computer science, everything, and every branch student should know about everything. There should be a strong base. I come to that, even that we have introduced in Bahra University. So you need to prepare a student profile which matches like what are his interests and all these things. And then you have to collect the problem bank from the company, take a best match. The one who say, for example, I used to depute computer science. There are students out there who have been sent to a computer software company just because he's a computer science student. But he is not good in Java. They send them back on the next day. So if he has done courses on Java, a mechanical student also will be more deserving. So like that, you need to connect the problem bank from industry, match with the profile of the student, and then depute them. And you need to orient both students and faculty before sending them about the do's and don'ts. Like students are approaching the industry for the first time, and they go with chappals, they go with tree shirts with printed matters. So all things will happen, and you need to orient them before you send them. Suppose if we cannot find companies for internship for all students, suppose it may not be possible if your intake is high. You may not be able to find your internship program for all students. So in such type of cases, what I propose here is that, you see here, it is an IP2 means it is industrial program. Bar projects, they can do thesis work and they can do entrepreneurial work, entrepreneurial project, all these things that they can do. Say thesis, one full semester thesis they can do. If you cannot find a company, they can do project plus 2 courses, or they can find a thesis. That means one full semester research they can do. Some people may not be interested in going for an internship program, and they can do this. And also here there is one thing called as an EP I mentioned, that means entrepreneurial project. I explain another best practice of Bahra University here itself. See, we introduced one model called as a CDIO model, conceptualize, design, implement, and operate. That means in the 3rd semester he conceives an idea, 4th semester he implements it, designs it, 5th semester implements it, 6th semester operates it. That means if it can be converted into a product, he don't have to go for an internship program. He can go entrepreneurial project where in the university itself we provide him a space where he continue with whatever the model that he has conceived. And if it is successful, we link him with a venture capitalist so that he become an entrepreneur. For such type of students, we give them a break from appearing for placement for 2 years. That means he is exempted. Suppose if he is failure as an entrepreneur, he can come back and appear for placement. That means we wanted to create entrepreneurs also, just not the job seekers, but also the job providers. And that is the platform for them. If anybody wants to become a full-time researcher, the platform is this, that they can become a thesis. See, you want a job or you want a research or you want to become an entrepreneur, we have a platform for all these things. And there is another thing called as group-related activity. That means in any of the semesters, he has to offer 15 hours of service to the society in terms of a group, or maybe that he work in orphanage, he work in old age home, anywhere he can work. Wherever he wants to work, he can work. That is another best practice that we have. See, I was mentioning classroom shifted to industry, that is the way it should be conducted. See, we need to conduct evaluation components also for students. It is not sending them and conducting the project report at the end of a day. That's what I was telling, that it should be classroom shifted to industry, that you need to conduct quiz, group discussion, seminar, project report, viva, diary, observation, these are all the various components. See here, I tell you, when we try to do the seminar, he will be talking on his own topic, what he has done. That means he talks before the people whom they are not known. That means his confidence level will increase, communication will increase. That is what the companies are looking at. That you are going to imbibe him when he is a student. And he writes goes for a group discussion. He knows how to participate in a group discussion. He talks technically. It's not on a hypothetical problem. He makes an involvement in the group discussion on the project, what he's doing with the technical people. So he's evaluated for that, how he participates, everything. So after all these evaluation components, when he learns, then definitely he will turn out to be a different student. We used to say, take your photo before the internship and after internship, you look different. So that is the way, like, the student will change. And it's just not doing the practice in the industry. We imbibe all these soft skills during internship program. That is the reason which makes the students get employed in the company wherever he has worked. See here, students are judged on soft skills, not on just only on technical skills. Students should be judged based on the soft skills also. If any university is implementing, taking it forward, you can contact me. I can provide all the detailed materials for you for regarding this. See here, akin to all these on-campus courses, you need to grade them based on their performances in all the evaluation components, and they add hyperlink, transcript.
ऊपर क्लिक करिए इसमें. Yes. Open sir.
Scroll it down. See here, we give them a separate transcript also, like an academic transcript. Go back. See here, in the transcript we mention his soft skills, where he is good, where he is average, where he is excellent. We show them. That is to his advantage, that when he appears for a campus placement, he can show it. So we judge them and all the soft skills also. Next. Close it. Next. See, the problems are there in introducing the problem. I'm associated with this since 98. See here, problems are finding companies. That's one problem. And another thing is difficulty in because most of the times when I used to find the companies, I used to tell them that I'll be sending my students for 6 months training. Then they used to tell me that we don't have time to train the people. Then I changed my language. Sir, my students will be working with you for 6 months, free of cost. I changed my language. Then when the program becomes successful, then I started asking stipend. Then I started asking them for a participation in placement. That's how I'll be on the driver. I was on the driver's seat after 2 years. Then companies used to ask me, trust me, I'm telling you, companies used to plan their manpower based on the number of students I'm going to supply. They used to ask me, tell me how many students you are going to supply because I'm going for recruitment. That is the way, that is the success. And getting projects which gives enough load for semester and finding projects of their choice. Sometimes after going to the company, their projects get changed and students will try from there. So these are all the live problems. See, when I was working in Bitskalani, I was handling this more than a decade. I handled this problem. Every day there was a new problem. And there is a challenge every day. And we enjoy those challenges. And conducting evaluation component. For companies, they say, hey, are you making my company as a university? No, I don't participate. But I used to tell them, sir, participate. If you don't find it work, you can go out. See, trust me, many group discussions have extended for more than 2 hours because students think out of the box. And they give innovative solutions what the company people have not thought to do. Really trust me. They are giving innovative solutions. And once one of the managers told, just wait, then he called all his colleagues. See, they are thinking the way different from others. Listen to them. So, they used to participate in evaluation. First, you need to convince them. It's for your benefit. Because without company people don't conduct the evaluation component. So, participation of the company people is a mandate. And monitoring the program. Please monitor the program. That's why BITS Planning has got a separate set of faculty members to monitor the program. So that is another thing. It is not an expensive program. You can use the same faculty for different purposes also. Operational issues, I told you. I'm competing with other universities. Now every university is going for an internship program. But they are not doing it in an institutionalized way like this. That's why they are failure. They may be awarding 20 credits. But if you do it this way, definitely the students are going to be placed in the company wherever they work. What is the measure of success? Measure of success is how many of your students got placed in the company after internship. That's one measure of success. Second, number and types. How many of them are MNCs? How many of them are good companies? That's another thing. And stipend. See, if the students have done a work, first I used to send them as a free labor, and then I used to ask them, sir, are you happy with the students' performance? Yes. Then why don't you give them some stipend? You know, the amount is up to you. You give them anything. Then that used to become a standard practice. And I used to tell them, at the end of the semester you pay, don't pay. It doesn't mind. But you pay, but pay it at the end of the semester. I'm fine with it. Based on the performance. Then the students also used to say, it is a performance-based incentive system now. If you work well, you get stipend. So, stipend you receive. And retention of the company. If you have done well, they continue with you. If you have not done well, they go out. And other benefits, consultancy training, I'll discuss it later. Remember, while dealing with on-campus courses, you deal with internal people and things are under your control. But while in internship, you deal with somebody which is at a faraway place. Because, as I told you, BITS Planning does its internship program throughout the world. And sitting in Pilani, controlling something in France and Germany is not that easy. So you should have a mechanism for that. So what I suggest is that when I started the program in Vijayawada as a Pro-Vice Chancellor in 2009, we started in nearby places. Vizag, Vijayawada, then Hyderabad, like this, Chennai, Bangalore, nearby places where I can travel in a night and sort out the problem. And then after finding success, expand the program to other places. This is the way like you can start. If you are having 1,000 students, it is not necessary that to send 1,000 students in the first batch. You can start with a small number, 100, 200, have a grip of the program, and then expand the program. That's the way you can do it. Other benefits, for the want of time, just I am cutting it short. You can start, you can ask, I was mentioned it already. When I was doing this program in Bangalore, PS University Bangalore, just I asked them, within a span of 7 months, I could able to convince 15 companies to invest in my university to start up their laboratories. That means my students and faculty will be working on industry problem at the university. 15 companies I could able to convince to invest here. Because of Corona and everything went for a pause. And many benefits can be realized, and this is possible only if it is conducted effectively, not because the internship program is offered. The next generation of professionals will live and work in a global community, and those who are not exposed to practical experiences during their education will not be able to compete with others in their own country and around the world. See, this is some of the other best practices like electives across the... See, as I told you, mechanical engineer cannot be a mechanical engineer all the time. And we have, across the program also, we are permitting, you can take any courses. If there is no prerequisite, you can take any courses across the discipline. It's up to you. For engineering students, we have given as high as even up to 8 to 10 elective courses. And we have introduced a model where degree with specialization and degree with interdisciplinary minor, where student doing 4 courses in the area of specialization will get the degree with the specialization, and he can go do courses. Being a mechanical student, I can do 4 or 5 courses in around 20 credits in mechanical computer science department, or a mechanical degree with computer science interdisciplinary minor. So that increases his employability as well. So these are all the best practices as CDIO model I already explained. And some of the other best practices are immediately after the test is over, we display the solutions That means we WhatsApp it, the solutions, and show the answer sheets after the evaluation to the student. If there is any discrepancy, we attend it free of cost. And scrutiny. Suppose as any student by paying just 250 rupees, he can apply for a scrutiny saying that I was expecting A grade, I got B grade. And we verify the document. It's not revaluation, we verify the documents once again. And if the grade is changed, we return the money back to the student. If the grade is not changed, we take it for options. And then withdraw and substitution, he can substitute, he can register for an elective. And if he doesn't like it within week or 10 days time, he can withdraw it and substitute with another course. And he can repeat a course to improve the CGPA. And in case if a student meets with an accident or anything, and if HOD is considered or Dean is convinced with that, he can give a make-up examination and leave for appearing for placement for 2 years that I already mentioned. If anybody wants to become an entrepreneur and he says that yes, I want to become an entrepreneur, and he has to just apply, and we will be giving him a break, and after 2 years, if he is not successful, he can come back and appear for interview. If he is successful, he comes as a company to take my students. So this is the way like we designed the program. And several student clubs and the incentivization for research, researching in PhD, participation in conferences, school-based learning. These are all some of the best practices that we have introduced. And 100% tuition fee waiver for those parents, if both parents are not alive. And 50% tuition fee those who are father is not alive. And single girl child, 50% tuition fee waiver, and 25% if brother or any of their siblings are studying in our university. Sir, this is another future plans. Just click on the blended mode. This is one thing that what we intend to go in the maybe next academic year. Not okay. Alexei. See, this is video recording of my own lecture during the pandemic when I was in PS University. These clippings are made for 20 minutes. These clippings are made for just 20 minutes. It was uploaded on the website. Student can view it from the home. And online I will be sitting. Online I will be sitting and I will mute it and clarify the doubt if the question is asked. That means if you make it this way, your working load will come down and more time they can devote for research. But this is done, doing this is very difficult. I did it only using Zoom. I did not use any high-ended tools. Using Zoom only I did it. And this was very much appreciated and received by students. This, we wanted to implement it for all courses in the university, maybe after 1 year. Because I'm just motivating my students how to take it up. So, just in front of laptop, I'll be making my presentation. And it's, close it. And this was uploaded in the university website and students can see. Go to the end. On project type courses that we wanted to introduce, open book examination, we are implementing it this time itself, open book examinations. Because we strongly believe that, I have seen many students even at the lifts and the corridors, they study even before going for tests. That means we are stressing them mentally. A good academic system, my strong belief is that a good academic system is one which challenges students more and stress them less. So open book examinations we are introducing. So these are all the things, more courses related to HP state like for floriculture or anything that we are already doing the survey and contributing in making HP as an educational hub. This is our future plans. That's all. These are all my references, my dear friends, and I have published several papers related to whatever I had spoke now, and various conferences and journals I published. I'll share a soft copy of all these things with you by tomorrow. I'll share a soft copy with all these things, and that's it. If there is any question, I can take it.
Yeah, any questions? Anything to add to?